Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. So last night at the Board of Selectmen's meeting, right off the bat, we had an update about the storm of last week. We had the police chief in. He gave an overview of the storm, lessons learned, things like that. Talked about the prep on the behalf of the town. We all began prepping Sunday, Monday. Storm hits Monday night, early Tuesday morning. A lot of power outages. The forecast up until Monday afternoon was not what we ended up getting. Later in the afternoon on Monday, the forecast began to look like it was changing. That's when we decided we'd shut down the town offices the next day and the school. So he talked about the follow-up, the power outage. Did I already say that?
Yeah.
And the communications difficulties with everything virtually shut down. Dave Franzuto, our emergency management coordinator, talked about the damage assessments that are ongoing right now. We have significant damage, as people by now know, to the town pier.
Okay, what happened? Just so people know.
Town pier?
They just know that something happened.
Well, the storm hit the town pier, I guess I would say. There's a lot of planks that are missing. The pump out station is virtually gone. A lot of the pilings are compromised. The floating dock is pretty well ruined. So there's going to need to be a lot of work done to the town pier, and we are hoping we're going to even be able to get it open for the summer. There's a serious concern that at least not all of it will be open for the summer. Hopefully at least part of it will be. But obviously we're shooting for the whole thing.
Well, what happens if another storm hits too?
Well,
we're not done.
we're not done. No, we're just going to have to hope for the best. There's not much we can do right now to stabilize it.
So that's all we would be doing. It really does need to be redone and reinforced.
Well, we're waiting for an engineering report. There's going to be certain sections of it that will, in all likelihood, have to be redone. But hopefully, more of it can be repaired.
Yeah, for the time being, right?
So we also talked about 37 Washington Street. That's the finance building, and that was flooded. So some of the offices have moved out temporarily while that damage is being repaired. The municipal fire system went out. Fire alarm system went out. That is back online now. So that's great. A lot of trees down. The Children's Beach floodgate blew open and floated away down North Beach Street. Yeah, there's a floodgate down at Children's Beach boat ramp.
Oh, okay.
So what Dave is doing now is collecting all of our cost estimates to see if we will meet the criteria for federal reimbursement. There are very specific criteria as to whether or not you can get reimbursed, and declarations that need to be made by the President of the United States and things like that. So we're working on that now. Kara, the DPW director, came in and talked about the cleanup efforts and the prep that was done ahead of time. Steve Holgate from National Grid was there. He explained the power outage, which was a fail at the substation. Not of the cable itself, he explained, but the, what did he call it?
It's like
at the substation, it was
like
a failure. It wasn't. There was a transformer that I think blew out at the substation, iced over anyway.
Yeah.
So they used a creative method of airplane de-icing material. Thank you, airport, and brought that in and got it fixed after a few hours. They had brought in a lot of extra crews. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. They had brought in several extra crews, which was great, and trucks before the storm, and then we know a whole bunch came after.
What did Kara say about the roads, though? Because we got people are really...
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of complaints about the roads. Well, what Kara says and what we say is that this was a different storm than a normal snowstorm. If we had a normal snowstorm, we wouldn't see the cleanup being prolonged and delayed as we did. It was icy. It was extraordinarily windy. It was snowing. Flooding was going on.
Some of the trucks broke down?
One truck. Two trucks broke down. Yeah. One of them was an older truck that was kind of on its last legs anyway.
Right.
The other truck, my understanding is that a part, something blew. These trucks are in almost 24-hour motion, and the part was back ordered. So there wasn't a lot we could do to get it here quicker. So the DPW was trying to get the roads cleared. The sidewalks and bike paths had to take a back seat to the roads. Sorry if people don't like that, but that's standard protocol pretty much in any town. So obviously we don't like the complaints, and we want to do better in the future, but this was a really difficult storm. I'm not sure people really grasped the extent of it. So a lot of complaints from parents about the school area sidewalks. I'm not sure we could have done a better job. We should have tried to do a better job. But again, they were stretched in a lot of places. We had private contractors out. We've signed up 3 private contractors specifically for bike paths and sidewalks as of yesterday.
Oh, there you go. So we're going to learn from this.
Oh, yeah,
and this is
absolutely.
a learning experience too. I mean, it was a
it
tough
always
start.
is a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's always something you can do better.
Right.
So anyway, that's I guess what Kara would have to say. The DPW crew. I mean, I was stuck at my house during the duration of the storm, and I couldn't communicate too well with anybody on the outside. But when I was able to, I was getting texts directly from people out working for the DPW as to what was going on out there, and it was brutal.
You had cell phone service?
I did not.
Yes, because you have AT&T.
Because I have AT&T.
Verizon, I have AT&T too.
Yeah.
Verizon did not go out.
Yes, I know, but Verizon. Apparently there are limitations to both carriers. Whatever.
I'm just saying.
I know. I
know people who had Verizon.
wish
and
you
it
could
did
go
not
back and
go
forth.
out. So.
Anyway, so that we spent some
Did you
time.
lose power?
Oh yeah, but we have a generator.
Oh, you had to say that.
I know. Sorry. And I ate my words because over the summer when the generator was being installed, I kind of complained about why do we need that for? That's so ugly. I have to look at it out the window. Boy, did I love that thing.
Unreal.
I know. I really felt bad about that.
I ended up sleeping in my car with my son.
Oh, I heard but there were other people who had to do that. You gotta be
we
careful.
could have stayed at the shelter. He wanted to.
Yeah.
I just did.
I know.
I just
And
didn't
you
want
just don't know, like, when's it going to get back on? Do I want to haul myself to the shelter? And I know, it's tough.
A lot
it's
of
very
people
tough.
really hunkered down and
Yeah.
slept in their beds.
That's kind of what we did.
What
Even
are you
though
talking
we have the
about?
generator.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't really want people to know that because I'll probably have a whole crowd of people outside my house
Next time, I'm coming over.
You can come over, Gino. Okay, so we also had an energy update from our energy coordinator, Lauren Sinatra, last night. That will be posted online. We had second quarter fiscal year 15 budget reports for the general fund and some of the enterprise funds. The board had a harbor water quality workshop back in January, middle of January, and we did some follow-up to that, what actions we're going to be taking and looking at and researching, evaluating. We're going to be
Did they
bringing...
say anything?
The board?
Yeah. Did
Oh
they
yeah,
come
we
up
had some very good discussion about it. One of the more immediate things that's going to happen is we're going to be having a discussion on March 4th about the mooring field, a more detailed discussion than we had at the workshop. And I think we're going to be bringing forward some shellfish regulation amendments, which will relate to staking out very specific areas that are habitat sensitive, where no anchoring, no mooring, no boat traffic can occur as needed, as well as, what was the other thing? Some restrictions on commercial scallop dredges. So that'll be coming up on March 4th. A few weeks ago, I think, or so, within the last couple of months, the board had some discussion about additional NRTA bus service, and Paula Leary, the administrator, came in and talked about what that might cost. She'll be back to talk a little bit more about that in the coming weeks. And the board also had a county meeting, and they approved the fiscal 16 proposed county budget, which goes to the finance committee this afternoon. FinCom this afternoon is doing the school budget. And they have a public hearing for the school budget, not the project, just their budget, operating budget.
Okay.
Monday at 4 o'clock, the Finance Committee has its annual public hearing on the warrant articles, if people are interested in that, and they're going to be reviewing warrant articles over the next couple weeks, and that is pretty much it. Next week we have a workshop meeting, board workshop, and the topics seem to be probably they're going to have a little discussion about HDC legislation and general laws. They might talk about what it takes to implement what's called a business improvement district. Town office locations, probably going to talk about that again. And I think that was mostly it. So we're busy cleaning up. There's a lot of activity going on.
God,
Oh, it's snowing. Look at that.
This is unbelievable.
I just looked out and wow, it's like it wasn't snowing like this 5 minutes ago.
No,
Anyway.
it wasn't, and here it is now.
And here it is now. And here they've just spent all morning cleaning up Center Street
So
and
what do we
the
got?
surrounding
What do we
area.
have for projects? We've got this one.
We've got the
Did real estate start yet?
I don't know, but there's
Okay.
the 5 North Water Street, the Collins Old House, the Remain Building, Bookworks, something else on Broad Street. It's It's crazy. It's chaos down here. Not chaos. It's
But
busy
people are
though.
working and making money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know,
That's right.
the
It's
economy is roaring.
Economic development.
You got it.
Okay. Thanks very much. See you next time.